Hi, this is Ken from Fun-Tastic Castles. We've got the Fun Express train station set up, and we're going to show how to pack it up again. So here's the train station with the mats. There's sandbags here, and we're going to show step by step how to pack up the train station. This is Sibin and Mikhail, and they're going to help pack up the train station so we can show everybody how to pack it up. So first of all, you see that we've got 6 mats there. The train station used 6 mats. So we're going to remove the mats out of the way. Now, I'm packing up the sandbags, so you'll notice here that we've got sandbags. We've got these things that are hooked from the train station to the sandbag, and we turn them till they open. And then there we go. Now you'll see that there's some at various spots. We've already unhooked that one and that one. And so we're going to take away all the sandbags. So the next part, we turn off the machines at the back. Every machine usually has an inflatable, has a blower at the back. This one has 2, and you notice it has an off-on button. So we'll turn it off. Thank you. And then there's an alligator clip that we have to unfasten so that the air can start to come out this tube, and the train station will deflate. That's right. Yeah, so it just comes right off. There you go. All the air is flying out. And we'll do the same thing with the blower on the outside. Now over here, of course, when we unplug it, we want to unplug it gently. We don't want to yank it out because that can break the ground on the cord. Thank you. Alright, we've got both blowers detached. And now you see the train station is deflated. The next job we have to do is open the 2 zippers to make sure there's extra air that can come out while we're folding it up. Okay, so we've taken off the machines, and the next step is to open up the zippers. But first, sometimes when it deflates, the material will fold over onto the floor. We want to make sure that that extra material is on the inside to protect it. So Sibin, can you push that extra material there onto the inside? That way we're protecting the important part of the play structure from harm. That's great. And you can see that the rest of the train station, it's already folded around, so that's good. Next step then is we want to open the 2 zippers. So this is one of the zippers on the side here. You'll see. Okay. And now, Mikhail, did you want to open the other zipper over there? That's it. Excellent. Okay, so we got one zipper open. That'll help us get the air out. So at the end of the event, we always open up the zippers. And in that way, because you got to really get as much air out as possible. Okay, so the second one's open. That's great. So we've opened both zippers. Okay, the next part is we want to make a perfect rectangle out of this train station. Now you'll see that the engine part here kind of protrudes, and we want to fold that back onto the train station so we can make a perfect rectangle. So do you want to go ahead and fold that back? There we go, yeah. Now you can see we've got the train station in a perfect rectangle, so it's ready to fold. Okay, so the next step, we've got it folded into a rectangle. It's in a rectangle, and now we want to walk some of the air out of it. The zippers are open, and so I'm wondering if you guys can walk on the castle to get some of the air out of it and compress it down. So if you can go ahead and do that now, that would be great. Yeah. Because this part is really important. Sometimes you can get kids to run on it, but you should take your shoes off because, of course, we don't want the inside of the castle where they're walking now very dirty because kids are going to be playing in there. So it's good. Yeah, you see how they're walking on it and flattening it out, and that's really important because when we go to fold it, the more air that's inside, the more difficult it is to fold and to roll up. This was, by the way, the Home and Garden show that we just finished. Okay, now we got a few more spots where we have to walk the air out. Right here in this corner. That's it. Okay, good. So now we're going to start folding up the castle. Basically, we're going to take one whole side and fold it right to the middle. Yeah, now actually this is kind of better done with 3 people, but we've got 2 here. Okay, now do you want to take this whole side, it'll be a little heavier, and we fold that to the middle. So that there we go, that's more evenly in the middle. Now, the next step, once again, is that we have to walk on the castle, on the train station in this case, to get the air out. Now, when you walk on it, you walk from the front to the back because all the air holes are at the back. So we want to walk from the front to the back. Now, normally, 2 people walk on one half and push the air out that way towards the back, and then walk on it again, because this is really important to get that air out, otherwise it won't roll up properly. If you have more people, it's even better. Somebody can walk behind them and help push the air out from the back to the front. You see how it's kind of flattening and the air is pushing forward? Now at the back, of course, there's tubes where the blowers were hooked up, and that's where the air is going to come out. It's also going to come out through the zipper at the back here. So there's more air holes at the back, and that's why we walk from the front to the back. Okay. There we go. Marching. It's coming out. Because when we actually go to fold it again and then roll it, the more air we get out, the better. Okay, so that's one half. Now we've got to do the other half, starting from the front. It's really nice when you have 4 people, because then 2 people walk in front and 2 people walk behind, and it really helps to push the air out. Okay, excellent. Because the more air we get out, the better. Okay, excellent. Now we're going to move to the next stage. The next stage involves folding it over one more time. So it's getting heavy at this point. Fold it right over, and then it'll be folded into a quarter, basically. You want to take that corner, and Sibin takes this corner, and fold it right over. And if there's a third person, they can grab the middle and pull it all the way. And we want to kind of make sure that it's even here. Okay, so now you can see we folded it into 1/4. We folded it into a quarter now. We folded it twice. And now the next step is we have to get the air out again. So they're going to walk it out again from the front to the back. This is actually a lot of energy to do this, but it's very important. And unfortunately, that's the hard work in folding up a bouncy castle. And that's why I'm doing this video, to show you. So you know how to do it. And you know which guys you can get to help you do it. All right. So I would suggest we do another one of those runs, and then we'll start rolling it up. Now all the inflatables get to this stage where you've got to strip and you've got to roll it up. And of course, in every inflatable, you got to try to get the air out. That's why the sooner you shut off the machine, the more air can actually seep out, and of course open up the zippers. Okay, good. Okay, so the last stage, we're going to roll up the train station. Okay, so let's do that. We got to get it really tight to begin with, and then sort of lift and roll at the same time. This is hard work and uses muscles. So the more guys you have to help with this, the better. But right now we've just got 2 people. So now is the final stage where we're rolling up the train station, the inflatable here. And you start off with a strip, and you start off with a real tight, that's it, and make it real tight. And you might have to lift a little bit. The more people you have, the better. Another thing you got to keep in mind is you want to keep it even, so that when you're rolling it, it doesn't go off on one side or the other, because then it makes it bigger. So this requires strength, and it's important to have 2 or 3 strong guys to do this if you're going to do it. Otherwise, we're happy to have it to do it with our own crew. Yeah, that's it. Nice and tight. That's it, yeah. And actually, I can help. If you've got a third person, you can kind of walk in front, like I'm doing here, and walk the air out. Okay, there we go. That's good. So we'll keep going, guys. All right, see now how it's turning it into a nice cylinder. That's it. Okay, so now there's so much weight on that train station that we don't have to worry so much about packing it down. You can just keep pushing. It'll crush all the air out at this point. That's it. Now see, all the air is going out that too. Okay, so that's great. So we've done that stage now. Wow. Okay, good job. Okay, so now we've rolled it into a cylinder. All right. Now it is hard work, and you know, if you want to take on the job of doing this train station, you'll have to have a couple guys with some muscles. But we're happy to do the work ourselves. We do have an option where you can pick it up and do it yourself, and that's why we're making this video. Okay, we've got the train station folded into a cylinder now, and the next step, we're going to put the rope around it, tighten the rope, lift it up, and then put the bag over top of it. When I say lift it up, I mean stand it up on its end. So that will be the next step that we're going to do now. Okay, so the challenge here now is we want to put this nice rope underneath it so that it's at the middle. At the same time, we don't want the hard work that we've just done to come unraveled. So what we usually do is one or two people put the rope underneath, or the other person lifts up one end. So it's not so hard to lift up one end. Do you want to try it? Sibin? Okay, there we go. We got it right to the middle. Now you'll notice that the end of the rope has two double rings here. That's called the double D ring. And we want to put this end of the rope right through both ends. Right, all the way through both. That's right. Now you pull it tight. That's it. That's right. So you got to pull tight. Now then you want to put the rope back through one end. So just back underneath here. That's it. These are really cool ropes. They make it tight, so when you got to get the knot out there. There you go. And you pull tight and push it down here like this. There we go. And you keep pulling. Now see, now we got a really nice tight thing. Now the neat things about those ropes is they don't come undone when you don't want them to, and they do come undone when you do want them to. So then we just take the end of the rope and tuck it in underneath here. There you go. Good. Stand the castle up now on one end. So it's standing up. Yeah. Excellent. Okay. And then we take the bag and put the bag over top of the castle. See that big giant train station now is in a nice cylinder. If you do a good job, the bag fits. And I think we've done a good job. Look at that. There we go. Excellent. Bag the whole thing, push it all the way down to the bottom so that there's no play at the top. Okay. And then stand it up again. Stand it up the other way. Okay. Now I think we left too much play at the bottom. But maybe you can lift it then. Okay. Good. And then we just take the rope and tie it through these things here. And at the end we tie it like a shoelace after we've tightened it over the top. Okay. There you go. So we want to tighten that up. That's it. Now we tie those two pieces of rope together like you would tie your shoelaces. That way they're not knotted and we can easily untie them again afterwards, but they're still tight. There we go. So, there you have it. Thanks, guys. Now we've got the castle all packed up, and we're done our job.